Welcome student. It is the part number 11 of Why Do We Fall Ill, and our today's topic is Principle of Prevention. Before I am going to teach you. I hope all of you are very fine and happy right now. So let's start studies for today. What are the different way or the step that are taken or that must be taken by a person or the community to prevent a particular kind of disease, because prevention is better than cure. If you will get prevented by disease, you not need to go to the doctor or not need to take any kind of medicine at all. So first of all, our most important aim should protect ourselves from that particular kind of disease, and the very simple way of preventing the disease to keep ourselves away from the disease causing germs. So why do we should prevent ourselves from disease? There are certain cause has been given over there. There are 3 limitations as you follows. Why do we should prevent the disease? Whenever a person gets sick, the disease completely damages the function of the body, and thereby he or she has to take some time to recover. So if you have prevented yourself for being affected by the disease, what will happen? Obviously you will not get ill or you will not get sick, and if you will not get sick, it not need to recover, not need to take the time at all. Means someone had disease which completely damage their body function to an extent that it cannot be recovered within 1 or 2 days. He needs some rest to recover from the disease. So prevention is better than cure. Second step, why do we prevent ourselves from the disease? A person suffering from some element symptom must be bedridden. The patient, when affected by some disease or become sick, he has to take rest on the bed. So he become bedridden for some time, and at that time his relationship with the community, his relationship with the job, his relationship with the family, all has been broken down, and at that time he has to prevent himself from disease causing germs. Understood? If he prevented himself from the disease causing germs, he not need to take any kind of rest at all. He will effectively do all kind of work, either in the office or in the home or anywhere. So the third topic is, a person suffering from some disease might spread the infection. It is very important. He or she can spread the disease. So if he prevented himself from the disease, obviously he cannot spread the disease in the family. I am giving very simple example over here. Suppose someone has affected by conjunctivitis, and this conjunctivitis is spread with the disease, the redness of the eye. This conjunctivitis is spread by the touch or with a physical contact. Suppose in your family someone has gone outside and not take any precaution to prevent himself to having that disease, and he has catch the disease. When he come to the house, he spread the disease among all the member of the family. So if he takes some precautions, if he would take some precautions to prevent himself from against that particular disease, he cannot bring that disease in the house, and the member of the family would not affected by that disease. So diseases spread, and if you prevent yourself, if you will stop yourself to having that sickness by any means, you cannot able to spread the disease to other person also. So it is important that prevention is necessary than cure. Prevention is better than cure. Remember this. If you prevent yourself from catching that particular kind of disease, you can automatically not need to take bed rest, not need to take medicines, the bitter medicines, and you cannot able to spread the disease also. So there are three vital things that can be automatically reduced by prevention. So what are the different means of prevention? How can you prevent a particular kind of disease? Yeah, here I have given some questions over here. See, how can the disease be prevented? Or I have also written the answer over here. There are several general ways by which you can prevent the disease. First, hygienic condition. Hygienic condition means cleanliness. If you go to the bathroom daily, you bath daily, you wash your hand properly, you maintain the hygienic condition, clean environment at your house, at your community. Obviously, the disease causing germ will not spread here and there. Obviously, they cannot be able to spread at all, and you get prevented. Means they cannot able to make you sick at all. I think understand. So hygienical conditions should be maintained in the surrounding we live in, and there should be limited exposure of airborne diseases. Airborne diseases should be prevented as well. You can use hanky to cover your nose and mouth whenever someone is sneezing and coughing just beside you, or you are sneezing and coughing at all. At that time, on closing the mouth and the nose, the disease causing germ will not spread from you to the other person and from other person to you also. So in this way, you can prevent the spreading of the disease also. The next step is drinking safe water or safe drinking water. It is very important because water is called life. Jal hi jeevan hai. So if water should be germ free, you cannot catch any kind of disease. We do a lots of work with the water. We bath with the water, we drink a lots of water, we cook with the water, and if this water contains some waterborne disease causing germs, then obviously we get affected by this. So the water should be safe and germ free. So what are the different means to make the water germ free? You know well, on boiling the water at 100 degrees centigrade, kill all the germs, and at that time you can easily use it after cooling it for drinking purpose. You can use Dettol and all for bathing. In this way, all the germs will be killed in the water. So there are certain ways by which you can prevent or you can make the water safe for several uses. Next, provide a clean environment. Wherever you live, there are lots of germs can spread from one person to another person. So the place where you live or the environment where you live should be neat and clean. If the environment will be neat and clean, there will no any kind of germ present at that place, and the germs will not spread at all. And in this way, you can prevent yourself as well as the others from having or from catching or from the sickness of the disease or the disease causing germs. So provide a clean environment will prevent the breeding of the mosquito, and this prevent the spread of the vector-borne diseases. There are certain specific way also. What are the different specific way to prevent the diseases? First, immune system. You know well that we have a lots of WBC in our body. How much WBC is there in our body? In each cubic centimeter of the blood, there is about 4,000 to 8,000 WBC. And this WBC not only kill the germ, also provide you immunity against the disease causing germs. Means this WBC obviously kills a lots of germs every minute, every second in our body, so that you cannot get sick by particular kind of germs. So in this way, WBC provide the immunity against the disease causing germs. Let's study it all. The immune system normally fight off microbes. The cells of the immune systems are specialized in killing infectious microbes. means cells means WBC of the immune system, means immunity providing system. The immunity providing system is provided by WBC. Okay, so they take some special way to kill infectious agents, or you can say microbes, and that is why we don't fall sick very soon, because the immunity or the fight against the germs, the power to fight against the germs is provided by the WBC, and this always providing you the strength to fight against the germs, and that's why we do not fall ill very easily by any kind of germs. If the WBC do not able to fight due to any very harmful disease causing germs entered in our body, once again, when the harmful disease causing germs entered in your body and spread certain chemicals under the circumstances, the WBC under that circumstances, if the WBC cannot stop the biochemical reaction of that particular disease causing germs, at that time we fall sick and we need to take medicine and we have to go to the doctor. So it is a very simple way. Next step is the immunization. Immunization means, you know, when a baby child got born, from the first day of his life, he has to take the injection of immunity. These are the vaccine. These vaccine, when enter in the body, it provides the immunity against the disease causing germs. So the vaccine, the injection that is inputted by the doctor from the first day of the child till 5 years, and at the end of 10 years, and at the end of 15 years, these vaccine provide the immunity and produce a lots of WBC that can kill that particular kind of germs. That particular kind of germs are present in the vaccine. Do you know what is vaccine? Vaccine is nothing but contain the dead germs or weakened germs, weak germs or germ material. It means the vaccine that are inserted in the body, used to inject in the body, contain dead germs. Remember this. Either it may be the dead germs or it is weakened by certain chemical. The germs are weakened, कमजोर बना दिए जाते हैं, weakened by certain chemical, or it contains the germ material, means the germ has been killed and the germ material has been taken from the germs and it is filled into the vaccine, and that vaccine is inserted in the body. When the vaccine goes, the WBC become activated, and they come to know that there is a certain chemical that comes and then injected in the body. The WBC start producing a lots of antibiotics to kill that particular germ, although that germs are actually dead or weakened means that are not so effective, but it helps in the production of lots of WBC, and this WBC help in production of lots of antibodies, and these antibodies provide the immunity, the power to fight against the disease causing germs, and obviously it remain for a long time till death. So providing the or injecting the injecting the vaccine in the body is called vaccination. Injecting the or prescribing the vaccine inside the body by the doctor is called vaccination, and due to vaccination the power of immunity generated and it provides a strength to fight against the disease causing germs, and this strength is called immunization. I hope you understand the full concept of vaccine, vaccination and immunization. Vaccine Vaccination and immunization. Vaccine is a chemical that contain the disease causing germs, but the disease causing germs are either dead or weak, or it is the germ material which is injected in the body. When it is injected in the body, it is called vaccination, and when it go to the body, it increase the production of WBC, and this WBC provide and produce a lots of antibodies, and these antibodies help to fight the disease causing germs, and these antibodies are produced in lots of amount that they always ready to fight that particular type of disease from the first day of the life to till death. It helps in the fighting against the disease. So this immunity that has been provided by the vaccine is called immunization. I think you hope understand all the things. So vaccine stimulate the immune system. See, I have already written over there, to prevent the certain disease. Remember, I will ask the definition of three things: vaccine, vaccination and immunization. Although I have not written the answer over here, you can find the answer in the internet. If you will not get the answer, ask me, I will give the answer of that question. Understood? Remember, these three things are very important: vaccine, vaccination and immunization. Remember this, okay? Note it down in your copy. So the process, this process that has proved beneficial to prevent the several infectious disease. Several infectious. Suppose you can take the vaccine of typhoid. After taking the injection of typhoid vaccine, or after taking the vaccine of the typhoid, you never will affected by typhoid till your death. Means you will be provided immunity in throughout the whole life. Similarly, hepatitis B, tetanus, there are lots of vaccine has been discovered by scientists, and they are utilized or given to the to us by the doctor to prevent particular kind of disease. I have written over here: tetanus, smallpox, measles, etc. These help not only spreading the prevent the spreading of the disease, also help to ourselves to provide the immunity against that particular kind of disease. So it need to be taken from the beginning, and all immunization programs should be done properly. I think those who has a little child at their home, they know all these things. The immunization program, there is a card given by the government of India, and it has been written all the important injection and vaccine that needed to be taken by the child at several times in the from first day to the 5 years of the age of the child. Next comes public hygiene. Yeah, again the same thing. Hygiene means clean environment. So the area or the environment where you live should be neat and clean, so that cannot spread disease causing germs. And if the disease causing germs will not spread, obviously you yourself protected yourself, and as well as other has also been protected over there. Hope you understood this part, and it is the end of this lesson, and I hope you understood all the things. If you have any kind of problem, please ask me. I am ready to help you, and remember to complete the homework. Obviously by next day, any day, I can take the test of this lesson. Okay, bye bye.